Hi, I'm Sarah and this is Team G's video. Globalisation plays a key role in society because of the benefits of multinationals in less developed countries and their impact on the economy. Globalisation allows room for corporate social responsibility and provides a platform for the organisation to engage in ethical behaviour. Despite the advantages, there's controversy surrounding globalisation, and it is frequently argued that internalisation can have a negative impact on society. It is argued that it results in potential job losses, unfair working conditions, and exploitation of cheap labour. However, the fundamental influences such as long-term investment, technological progression, and the growth of competition all lead to economic growth and have a massive impact on society. Progressive changes have been made to an economy, international business relationships, and the expectation of corporate social responsibility as a result of globalisation. This doesn't only change the way the business world operates, it also has far more reaching social effects. For example, political relationships between countries can be formed or strengthened by shared business interests. Also, because a lot of high earning multinationals are very much within the public eye, they realise that they have a responsibility to act within an ethical manner. They are expected to treat workers fairly, ensuring that they are paid appropriately. They are also expected to provide high quality products fit for purpose and to avoid any practices that infringe their company policy or law. In relation to corporate social responsibility, globalisation gives multinational organisations the opportunity to use their profits and workforce to give something back. They are almost expected to give generously to charities across the world, and many do so. Although this can be viewed as a promotional effort to increase brand loyalty and image, regardless of the motives, the fact is that these generous charitable actions and employment schemes have a positive impact on less developed countries and unskilled workers. Ultimately, globalisation provides opportunities for business to impact society massively. As a result of globalisation, it is possible for large corporations to engage in international business to act ethically on a global scale. It also provides the opportunity to be more socially responsible as they increase their profits and enhance the good work they do in terms of charity. It has been made abundantly clear to us that companies with a strong ethical background often succeed as a result. Businesses today have a greater impact and influence on greater society than ever before. In today's current climate, modern day businesses are often greeted with great scrutiny and inspections on decisions and actions they make internally and externally, as well as the treatment of their stakeholders. A strong ethical stance for influential businesses can bring its rewards to business, as well as the wider society. Being good is good for business, said by Dame Anita Roddick. This brings an even stronger brand image and interest for company as a result. The heightened brand image ultimately creates a strength in brand loyalty and leads to increased strength in market power as well as growth. Consumers will also gain an increased interest in the brand as they begin to see the association with a company with their strong morals as the representation of themselves as a result of investing into their business and buying their products. A heightened brand image from a strong ethical stance creates a greater interest from consumers and ultimately creates a strength in brand loyalty and interest. The treatment and well-being of the workforce is first and foremost the most influential factor in determining whether or not a business is ethical. Fair pay and treatment is at the top of the agenda for both workers and employees and plays a key role in the society in which we live in today. With many businesses adopting this strategy, it has a greater impact on society around us. More wealth is generated amongst the workforce, which increases morale and local spending, in which turn brings benefits of their own. Companies in this day are one of the most influential figureheads in the modern day. Businesses with a strong ethical stance are able to capitalise their influence and lead by example on how to create and maintain a fairer and more just society. Highly related to business ethics is the concept of corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility, or CSR, refers to the idea that businesses need to take into account the impacts that they have on society, meaning that they need to improve community welfare. This entails ethical, legal, and social responsibilities that firms have. The shareholder argument on CSR, as Milton Friedman puts it, states that the only responsibility of firms is to increase profits or for its shareholders, as long as the firm is operating within the bounds of the law. This would mean that the only responsibility of the firms is economic and legal, not environmental nor other social responsibilities like philanthropy. According to this perspective, If firms aren't seeking to maximise shareholders' profits, it is inappropriate use of corporate funds in a free enterprise society, as Freeman puts it. Corporate social responsibility is very important in wake of globalisation. Firms are global players and therefore are impacting societies globally. Corporations therefore must be held accountable for and care for the societies that they operate in. Corporations must take steps to be responsible for their environmental and social impacts beyond simple legal and economic obligations. But then, what is the reality of the way businesses act? According to Carroll's four-part model of CSR, society requires that corporations provide profits and abide by the law. Society does not require that corporations act ethically or socially responsive or philanthropically. Society expects the first and desires the latter. Even in this model, the reality is portrayed. Firms do not need to act socially responsible. However, firms certainly have a strong incentives to act ethically and socially responsible or philanthropically. According to Cotter and Lee, interest in CSR is based on the idea that it's good for the business. If it wasn't, then firms may not engage in CSR. CSR provides so many important benefits to the firms to the extent that it is viewed as a necessity for firms to take social responsibility. It allows them to make their presence in society very clear. CSR is a strong expectation from society. It provides benefits including higher returns due to a better company or product image, maintaining legitimacy of the firm, advertising and improving brand awareness, attracting new customers and maintaining continual relationships with old customers. It is in the form that these benefits that corporations will have to incorporate social responsibility, since there are rewards that they can reap for doing so. For example, when the five biggest oil companies came together to lobby for positive environmental policies calling for higher price of carbon, the companies gain a number of valuable things. Although it may make their costs higher, it means that companies have a positive advertising and therefore will make higher financial returns, may attract new customers despite oil being a commodity, and will continue having the same customers as before by lobbying that took place. Additionally, the legitimacy of the firms is still intact. Oil is a product with many negative externalities, so by lobbying for higher carbon taxes, the popularity of these oil supplying companies is not diminished, as the companies are judged less negatively by society.